All right, we have more concerning breaking news. Less than 1 hour after conservative commentator Charlie Kirk was tragically pronounced dead, MAGA Fox News host Jesse Waters goes live on air and declares war. He decides to use the most incendiary, divisive rhetoric by claiming, quote, "They're at war with us. What are we going to do about it?" I want to highlight the shooter is still at large. The Chiron on Fox News says, "Police looking for Kirk shooting suspect." So the Chiron is admitting that we don't know who did this yet, while Jesse Waters is saying, quote, "They are at war with us." And again, I entirely condemn this. And if you want to make the argument that there's a high likelihood the person who did this disagreed with Charlie Kirk from a more left-leaning or far-left lens, then we can wait for the investigation. I wouldn't disagree that it's likely, but it's definitely not time to be going live on Fox in front of millions of Americans and using the most incendiary rhetoric possible. But I want to be clear. This is clear incitement. Jesse Waters tries to draw a narrative of a bunch of tragedies that aren't linked in any way. He cites the shooting of Donald Trump's ear, which was done by a Republican kid. He cites the shooting of 2 Jewish people outside of an embassy, which was done by a far-left, insane, radical lunatic who nobody would defend. No liberal will ever defend this. But let's just listen to this clip of Jesse Waters, and keep in mind, this is rhetoric designed to prime people for more violence. So we need to back off this type of rhetoric, Jesse Waters.
So this hits differently because Charlie was one of us. And Trump gets hit in the ear. Charlie gets shot dead. They came after Kavanaugh with a rifle to his neighborhood. They went after Musk's cars. They just shot 2 Jews outside the embassy. Think about it. Scalise got shot, barely survived. It's happening. We've got trans shooters.
Despite the high-profile nature of these incidents, mass shootings by transgender individuals are rare in the overall data. Analysis of data from the Gun Violence Archive, GVA, by PolitiFact and other organizations has found that transgender individuals account for a fraction of a percent of mass shootings. Experts and fact-checking organizations have noted that a narrative of transgender violence is often amplified on social media after a high-profile shooting, even before a suspect's gender identity is confirmed.
Watching what they're saying on television and who's saying what. The politicians, the media, and all of these rats out there. This can never happen again. It ends now. Greg's right again. This is a turning point. What? And we know which direction we're...
Yeah, it is very clear the direction you want to go down, Jesse Waters. The direction of incitement, divisive rhetoric, and immediately hopping on air in front of millions and using political messaging that makes politics sound like it's warfare. I mean, the Chiron says Charlie Kirk assassin still on the loose, yet Jesse Waters tries to create this very specific narrative with all of these terrible examples. He talks about the attempted assassination of Trump. This was a Republican kid who everyone condemns. He then talks about the shooting of 2 people outside of an embassy. This was an anarchist that everybody condemns. You should never just kill people based on who they are. And he leaves out, over the past few months, 2 Democratic lawmakers being assassinated back-to-back inside their homes in Minnesota. This happened, yet Jesse Waters precluded that. I don't want to do this tit-for-tat game on violence because it's not productive. We need to cool everything off. But if we played this tit-for-tat game, Jesse Waters would be quite embarrassed.